What's up, people? You already know what time it is. It's consulting time, and I'm super duper excited to be back with you again for another Tuesday, speaking with some amazing innovators and creatives. And so I hope that you are ready for an amazing show this evening. So let's just jump right in and talk to our first guest of the evening. And our first guest of the evening is none other than Miss Brittany Cherelle. Now, um, Brittany is a very interesting young lady. She's an award-winning writer, producer, director, actress, author, and model. And so I'm going to bring Brittany out, and we're going to talk a little bit about, what she has going on, but also some of the things that's forthcoming. Deep dive in the life of Miss Brittany Cherelle. Hi,
Hi.
Miss Brittany. How
Thank you
are
for having me.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing just fine, just fine. So let's first and foremost, I want to give you an opportunity to greet everybody and just introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay, awesome. Well, as she said, my name is Brittany Cherelle. I've been in the entertainment industry, been acting since I was a kid myself. Currently running two production companies. So I write, direct, produce, act, model, and an author.
Wow. All right. So, Brittany, what came first? That's always my question because, in a world where we do a lot of things, right? A lot of us do a lot of
hmm
things. So, what actually came first for you?
I fell in love with acting first at the age of 7. Fell in love with acting, and then right about 10, I fell in love with writing and started writing
Okay.
poetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you took your writing seriously because if I'm not mistaken, you have a couple of projects. So we're gonna get into the production companies, but
hmm
um you've done some, I want to say, some poetry. And
Yep.
what about this book, Every Queen Deserves Her King?
Yep. So I released my first book
Hmm.
um, about a year or so ago. Every Queen Deserves
Okay.
Her King. It was really just an inspirational book that God had given me based on some things and some own life experiences as well.
So you're taking the fact that penmanship, right? You're taking that gift of penmanship, and then you transition into writing and producing plays, right? Films and things of that nature. So let's step back for a minute though. What do you need in your writing space to help you stay focused?
Really just that, quiet area.
Mhm.
And really when it comes to writing, it's just really like taking that dedicated time, like, okay, I'm gonna do an hour, 2 hours every day and just be in my little bubble and just write. Sometimes when I get stuck, I might, play some music or whatever, just to kind of help get things going.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you transitioned into, okay, I've been writing, but you know what? I want people to see and not just read the things that I've been writing. Talk to us a little bit about how you began to transition into cultivating these production companies.
Yeah, so I actually with the first movie that I did with my mom, Jeannie Preston, we had went to a friend that did an independent film, and we both writers, and so it was like, we could do that. And so wrote that, got that one written, and then just started doing the things to put it into the production part of it and actually getting it filmed.
Wow. And so what did that first one though? That first one, what was that, instant gratification? What did it really feel like?
It's awesome just seeing like some like your ideals be brought out, in front of you, something that you wrote, be brought out in front of you view, and then at the end showing it to a bunch of people and seeing their reaction to something that you created or helped create it. It's just an awesome experience.
Wow, sounds good. Now, we're gonna kind of shift back and forth because I want to also continue to talk about you as an author because I can kind of see how writing books and then transitioning, because look at how many books back in the day were turned into films. So, what comes first for you? The plot or the characters?
Really kind of like the main overall ideal, I guess, for the movie. Like, after we did the second movie, I had an ideal for a spinoff. I wanted to do a Christmas movie, and so kind of really
Oh,
got that main thought together, and then just kind of
okay.
start breaking it down by like what I want to see happen in the movie.
Okay, all right. Now, how do you kind of develop your characters? Because you got the plot, you got the idea, your central theme and concept. How
Mhm.
do you then begin to develop your characters? Are you basing them on people you know, or are you just going way out in left field and creating people? Because, girl, if I wrote me a play, woo!
Yeah, some of the characters are based off of people that I know, or
Uh-huh.
certain personality traits from different people that I know. Some things are just ideals that you get from seeing something else. So it's kind of a mixture.
Okay, okay. And what advice would you give to a writer working on their first book?
Just be dedicated to it, stay committed to it. Find a
Okay.
writing schedule, a balance, and just be committed to getting it done. Because I talked to so many people, it's like, oh yeah, I started writing a book, and that was like a year ago, and they haven't picked it up in a few months. So just being dedicated to what you want to do.
Okay, okay. So in the grand scheme of things, so you started, when you were young, singing, dancing, acting, and writing. What would you say though is the heart of Brittany? Which of these things is the heart of you?
My heart, my first love is acting.
Okay.
So if that's what I could do, I want to get to. In fact, since I've been producing and running the business for the last few years, I'm like, I miss acting. So last year I was like, let me get back to
Mm.
doing that. So I'm focusing on that on this year as well because that's my heart.
Yes, 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 yes. So, if okay, I'm an aspiring actress or actor, and I'm interested in what Brittany has open. Let me see, JP Productions, right?
Mhm.
So
JP
I'm interested.
Productions and yep, and Boss Lady Media.
Hey, all right. So I'm trying to get down. I want to film. I want to. What's the first thing I need to do to make contact with your production company?
I tell anybody they can send me a headshot and a resume to my email,
Okay.
which is bossladymed@gmail.com. My big thing is that I love indie talent. We have so much great talent in the city and the state, and so I definitely try to give people opportunities. So definitely interested. Definitely send me an email, and if you don't have any experience, that's fine too. Just send me a couple pictures.
Absolutely. And so where are you doing the most of your filming? Are you traveling or are you concentrated in one space?
I'm usually in the state. I have started doing like a little bit of out of town work, so I'm looking to get into that a little bit more as well. Touch some other areas, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And now what area are you in now?
You said where area am I at now?
Uh-huh. What area are you in now? Yeah. So if someone wanted to
Oh,
film with you now, what area?
I'm pretty much filming in Indianapolis.
Okay. All right. So
Yep,
guys, all right.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Y'all heard it. So Indianapolis now. My St. Louis folks, y'all here. I see y'all checking in. Indianapolis, Indiana. Check in, tap in. If you're nearby, tap in. Because the thing about it is sometimes in order for us to truly grow, right? We have to step outside of
Mhm.
our areas. One of the things I want to say
Right.
to everybody tapped in tonight is that stop going to these major markets and trying to bust in, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to go to the smaller markets. It's a lot of
Mhm.
things going on in the St. Louis, in the Indianapolis, in
Yeah.
places in Colorado, in Virginia, in smaller areas. People are filming. You got Geechee Film Productions in South Carolina. Like, people are really doing some amazing things in smaller markets, or I
Yeah.
shouldn't even say smaller markets, in not advertised or populated markets. So come
Mhm.
on, guys.
Right.
Let's really tap in and support our independence. I say it all the time. Stop chasing folks that don't know who you are and
Right.
support the
Exactly.
people.
Right.
Okay.
Because
All right, I'm
when
back.
I was you
Oh,
fun when I was, out there, trying to be an actress and stuff like that. I was like about 25, and I was like, okay, what, I'm not going to Hollywood, so I'm giving up on that dream. But I didn't know that there was a whole market here, of independent filmmakers and all the stuff that you can get into here, and then your stuff will eventually start to touch other areas. Like, we had the opportunity to take our last film down to Atlanta and show it. So,
see,
it'll
see,
get there.
and amazing. And so, Brittany, let's just really be real with it. I think that in the space that you're in an amazing space. It's so crazy when you say Indianapolis. I know, two entertainment individuals in Indianapolis, and they love to, do things. And they always say, we just got to get out. We just got to get out. And I think that you are a testament to the fact that get out, but don't stay out. Like you
Right.
said, you did your filming in Indianapolis, your film made it to Atlanta. That's beautiful. That is brilliant. That is
Mhm.
beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that we have to begin to reshape and revamp and revitalize, our particular communities. I know, I was in Richmond, Virginia. It was a lot of stuff going on in Richmond, right? A lot of things going on.
Mhm.
You're in Indianapolis, you're creating opportunities for people. And so I think that I want to hear from you. What do you need? And I want you to speak directly to the people. What do you need from your peers to catapult you to the next level?
Yeah. Really it's all about making those connections and getting in front of the right people that can, help, push your movies or get in front of the right people to maybe go to networks and stuff like that. I want to get the opportunity to be able to do bigger budget movies to where, I can make it like a union project and stuff like that and really get our people those opportunities that's gonna, help push them along in the right direction as well. So, really for me it's just about connections, meeting the right people, and getting the funding.
Absolutely, guys. Realistically, Brittany is just one of the amazing independent filmmakers that we so eloquently highlight here at It's Consulting Time. She loves to write poetry. She loves to inspire women. She enjoys photography and she loves to sing and dance. But you know something? She also has a heart. She has a heart for people and she enjoys cultivating talent. She enjoys producing. She enjoys writing. She enjoys directing. And so I think that we need to make sure that on this quest to be great, that we do something greater by supporting our independent creatives the same way we support the people that are already there. And let's just call it what it is. All righty. So Miss Brittany, writing is near and dear to my heart. I feel like, that is the one thing that we definitely need to get back into more. I think what has
Mhm.
happened with social media is easily to post a quick status, but I really
Right.
do like the therapeutic nature of
Hmm.
writing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's like a
what would you
release.
say? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like it's it's a release. It can
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. So, how do you celebrate when you finish either writing a book or when you finish filming a production?
How do I celebrate?
Uh-huh.
Well, with my like cast and stuff like that, when like we finish the film or whatever, and we have a premiere, that's our big celebration. That's our big party. Before we'll have cake and toast and stuff like that, and just being around such a large group of people,
Okay.
and having that supportive atmosphere. That's awesome, an
Okay.
amazing feeling. When it comes to writing, I feel like I'm never done. It's always,
Okay.
go
Okay.
back and
Okay.
edit or tweak something. But I try to just make sure I treat myself, sometimes too. Sometimes we go and so busy, and so I'm learning
Absolutely.
to sometimes just take time and just, treat
For
myself.
you. And I just think that we as women, for real, we tend to take on the world, right? We tend to
Yeah.
take on the struggles and the trials of the world. And it's so interesting how it's like we know, even those of us who are not mothers have this instinct to like make it right for people. Do you ever just feel
Yeah.
like, you know what, I gotta fix this. I gotta make
Right.
this
Yeah.
thing right.
Be problem
Yeah,
solvers.
I don't know what it is. It's like I just want this to work. I want everybody. I need everybody to be okay. And so I think that sometimes though, in the grand scheme of things, we neglect ourselves and we forget to really tap in to what we need to be okay. And I think that's probably one of
Hmm.
the things that we have to do more of, just making sure that, hold
Yeah.
up, we're taking care of everybody else, but we're taking care of ourselves also. And so,
Right.
I'm really excited, to be able to talk with you this evening, even about, writing and production and all of these things, because they all come together, right? They all come
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what do the words literary success mean to you? And then I want you to, once you tell me what they mean to you, I want you to tell me how you picture it.
Um, I guess, not even necessarily by, a monetary value, but just being able to be appreciated, I guess, for your work, for you to, put something out there, whether it is a movie that I wrote or a book, and, somebody to be like, man, like I really enjoyed that. That really touched me. That means the world. That I've had people with, the films that I've made that have came up and said that how our films have touched and helped people, and that means the world.
Time, you know what? Let's pause. Let's put a pause on the play. You know something? That was the most profound answer. And I say that because, in a world where success is defined by, like you said, a monetary value and things of that nature, I think that while success, definitely has to be defined by yourself, I honestly and sincerely feel like there is a universal definition of success. And I think that universal definition of success is truly even being able to create and complete a project, period. Whether it goes anywhere or not. And I think somewhere along the way, we lost the fact that just planting the seed is a success because you had a seed to plant, right?
Right.
Like it's
Yep. And
one
I
of
feel
those.
like
No, go
no,
ahead,
I'm
go
saying like I
ahead.
feel like if you're helping people or doing the right thing, that the rest of the stuff will come. It'll come. So
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed, speaking with Miss Brittany Cherelle. She is a producer, writer, director, actress, and just an all around, sweet spirit. And so Brittany, let everybody know where they can find you, on your socials, and let us know what we need to be streaming relative to the films and what we need to look forward to.
Yes. You can find the last three movies that I released on Amazon Prime, um, and to be an equally yoked part one and part two, A Bell Family Christmas. And then you can check out my book on my website at ndjppro.com/shop. And you can catch me on social media at official_Brittany Cherelle.
Guys, you got it. Official underscore Brittany Cherelle. If you go to the initial post that you clicked on to watch this video, her Instagram is in there. Go on over to her Instagram, check her out. But guys, seriously, make sure you go out there on Amazon Prime and check out A Bell Family Christmas. She did produce Unequally Yoked, the movie, Unequally Yoked Part 2, Love Cafe, which is a short film. So, guys, let's support Miss Brittany Cherelle. And Brittany, please understand you are welcome here on It's Consulting Time at any time. And prayerfully, we will tap into Indianapolis, check you out, and support you sooner than later. So, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. All right, guys. So, it's always amazing when we can highlight our independent creatives. And, as I prepared to bring Komoca on, and you're gonna be wowed by her as well. And she's actually one of those individuals that is really near and dear to my heart as well, because not only is she an innovator, right, and an independent creative, but she got this contemporary gospel thing going on. And when you tap into that arena, you got to be ready, right? And I'm not talking about ready. I'm talking about ready. So those of you that understand Lily Mae and where she come from, y'all know what I'm saying. You got to be ready, right? All right. So we'll be back in just a minute, and we're going to talk to Miss Komoca. And we're back. All right. So let me go ahead and without further ado, bring out Miss Komoca, the official Komoca, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Komoca, thank you so much for being here. Normally when I'm reading bios, I'm like, okay, this cool, this cool, this cool. But we got a couple of things that we got to talk about. So, guys,
Yeah.
let me just keep it a buck. She started her journey in Flint, Michigan. So, we already got a lot to kind of unpack, right? We got a lot to
Yes.
unpack
Yes.
because you went from Michigan to Wyoming to
Mhm.
California, right?
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, introduce yourself to the people, and then let's go back and talk about these transitions because these are some
Yeah.
very pivotal and important places. So let's talk about it.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. I am Komoca. I am a contemporary gospel artist, and I just love, love, love to write and talk about Christ. That is my favorite subject to talk about. And God placed some songs on my heart, and I just got to writing.
Listen, I'm with it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I think it's utterly amazing, that you're able to do what you like to do
Mhm.
and to have performed on Bobby Jones Presents. I think
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
amazing. Girl, you
Yes.
know all of us grew up watching Bobby Jones. And see,
Yes.
most people that watch Bobby, they know the Sunday Bobby. I know
Oh,
the Saturday night Bobby.
yes.
You
Yes.
remember back in the day, it used to come
Yes.
on Saturday.
Yes. Yes.
Shoot, I remember.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Bobby Jones. I remember seeing every
Yes.
gospel artist that is out there now were introduced on this man's show. So yes.
Yes, honey. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So let's take it way, way back. Let's take it back, to Flint, Michigan. I already know you started singing in church. So that's
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's neither here nor there. I already know.
Yeah.
But what made you decide to pursue a career in
Oh,
entertainment?
I was one of those kids that walked around the house singing every Whitney Houston
Mm-hmm.
song that I heard on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a heart for it. And but the crazy part about it, I was very, very shy. So I
Okay.
didn't like being in front of people, but I had family that would push me into the spotlight. Um, but I just remember hearing Luther Vandross on the radio, and I would
Watch
just
out
sway
now.
to it and just sing to the music, and I just loved it, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And I remember as a kid also remembering when I would hear someone sing, can I imitate that? Can I sound like that? I remember doing that as a child. And
Yes.
I remember trying to sound like the Mariah Carey and the Whitney Houston and the CC Wine and but
Yes.
it just was always in my heart.
Okay.
Always in my heart, and I just kind of stuck with it throughout my childhood, getting in community choirs, choirs in school, any choir
Yes.
I could get in, any show choir you could place me in, anything that had anything to do with music. I loved it.
And I think, and so what about the fellowship? Because let me tell you, I have this conversation. And shout out to Dominique. I see he tapped in. We had this conversation all the time. Like for me, the fellowship and the learning how to exist with people began like in your Sunday school, in your youth choir and stuff.
Oh my God, yes.
For me, that's where my initial exposure came from,
Oh,
getting up and just doing the daggone thing.
and that's the thing about church. That's what I love about it is because it kind of prepares you for being in front of people and getting used to people because there's, as you know, in church there's different personalities.
Whoop,
so so you kind of getting introduced to the real world at the
don't
same time
remind
because
me.
people in church they gonna be real with you
They
and
are, and girl, woo!
yeah. So you kind of get a taste of reality right there, which is the beauty of it because it'll strengthen you at the same time, nurture your gift. So when you get in front of a different type of audience, it don't matter because you didn't seen it all in the church.
You know what? And we're gonna leave it right there.
Yeah.
Literally. Guys, if you just checking in, this is Komoca. Shout out to Miss Jackie for just bringing these amazing ladies my way. It's so funny because you just never know. You never know where the conversation gonna flow over here, honey.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, y'all do what y'all can, but I do what I want to, and we take it way way up and way way down over here. But we do it all in the spirit of being intentional
Yeah.
and purposeful. So, we not over here gossiping. But when it comes to the church,
Mhm.
though,
Mhm.
we can talk about that because that thing is
Yeah.
real. And I think that honestly, Kamoka, what I love about, when I speak to my gospel artists and individuals who are in that arena, I love the transparency.
Mm.
I love the fact that we can talk about those not so happy places because
Right.
it exists. I think that we do the world a great disservice when we put on this facade like
Mhm.
everything is perfect within
Absolutely.
the walls of the church. And I
Hmm.
think we got to stop doing that and we got to stop
Hmm.
commercializing the churches. We're doing
Absolutely.
we're doing these babies. And I'm going to say these babies. We're doing these babies a great disservice by not
Hmm.
really giving them the experience that we had.
Right.
Because I
It's real
know it
people.
seems
We're
like you
real
had that
people.
experience.
We're real people inside the church, and we
Absolutely.
need to address that. We need to be honest. It's all in love. You can
That's
be
it.
honest and do it in love.
That's
So
it.
yes, we do. We need to address that. We can't we can't put on this show that people in the church are not human. Yes, we are.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the ultimate love affair.
Uh-huh.
What is the message or what's the story behind that song?
Well, when I went back into music, it was just odd to me how, everything worked out because I started very young and I actually had a record deal when I was in my teens. And it didn't work out um, at the time. And so here I am now, a mother, and I'm married. And then all of a sudden, my husband comes to me and we were talking. He said, I think it's time for you to do music. I think it's time for you to start singing again. He was like, I've been praying over this and I think God wants you to do it. And I said, now? When I pursued it the whole time when I was single, I mean, you think about being a mother and being a wife and you already got so much on your plate. You're like, you want me to do this now? And I prayed over it and I asked the Lord, I said, well, if this is what you want me to do, what do you want me to talk about? And that's how we came up with the ultimate love affair because I thought about how God's love and how much he loved me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to write about the love relationship that I have with Christ and
Yes.
how he just looks beyond our flaws
Yes.
and
See,
he just loves us beyond all
yes.
of it.
Yes. Yes.
So that held dear to my heart and very personal to me. And how he gives me words to speak because I honestly didn't know what to talk about and what to say and if anybody would even receive me.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But here I am writing these songs and words are just starting to flow and they're just flowing out and people are actually receiving what I'm saying, but I can't take credit for it because it's all God. He's just using me,
It.
and that's how we came up with the ultimate love affair because truly I've never had this type of love where you can see everything about me and my brokenness and my flaws
Mm.
and you turn around and you still love me. Now that type of
Yes.
love I've never experienced before. So that's how it came about.
Mhm.
Some
Okay.
real serious love. Some real
Okay.
serious love.
Okay. We're gonna throw a flag on the play real quick, guys. For real. All right. Stop, everybody. All creators under the sound of my voice right now. I want you to stop. I want you to pause. I want you to understand this. What Komoca just said is true for every one of your creative lives.
Mm,
If you're in alignment with what he wants you to do. Now, notice I
mm,
said if you're in alignment with what he
yes,
wants you to do, because this is the
yes.
part, this is the part that I don't want you to miss this.
Mm,
You don't have to be singing gospel music to be in alignment with his will.
right,
Okay.
right.
Because I believe, right?
Mhm.
I believe that we can minister in our particular disciplines.
That's right.
I believe that these rappers out here have a ministry
Mm,
when they are in alignment with his will and not their own will.
true.
So there's a space to minister,
Mm,
and it doesn't just have to be in the realm of gospel. So I want
true.
everybody to understand that your creative journey, and I'm just going to go here. If your creative journey aligns with the platforms on Instagram that
Mm,
highlight the worst of Black people that got
mm,
millions of followers and views, you
mm.
need to rethink your will. Because I don't know anywhere in the word that mess is in alignment with his will.
That's right. Yep.
So if you are comparing your process or you create your creativity with that type of mess, you done already lost. You may
Mm,
have won with the world, but you done already lost. You may get
mm,
on the list, but you're not gonna make it to the scroll.
mm.
Hands down.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm back. So
And
back
and
to
I agree with that.
girl,
And
cause
that's
but it's
but
real.
that's right. When you align with God's will, he can
Yes,
do some, and he gives us all different gifts. So you're right. It doesn't have to necessarily be in gospel because he speaks to each one of us and tells each one of us we know what our gifts are. It's
yes.
about using it to align up with his will. And the things that one thing about God, he's not going to let nobody outdo him. He's not going to let the world outdo him.
Say,
He's going to do bigger.
Say it again. Say it
He's
again. He's
not
not gonna
going to
what?
let the world
Okay,
outdo
hold
him.
on, Komoca. Wait a minute, Komoca. Okay. So what I hear you saying is that,
Mhm.
okay, guys, yeah, I gotta process this because y'all know I'm ready to go there. So Komoca, what I just heard you say is God ain't gonna let nobody outdo him.
No, he
Right?
won't.
Okay.
He won't.
So what you're saying is if we're constantly talking about what the devil doing
Mm,
and we constantly blaming the devil for
mm,
everything, it sounds to me like what you're saying is that we might need to take a look in the mirror and really make sure that we actually following who we say we following. Is
mm.
that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay, because God is sovereign.
yeah.
Oh,
He's bigger than all of this. He created all of this. So why would he let something smaller than him that he created? He won't let nothing outdo him. He will always win. He will always come out on top. So that's why being in his will, you're not losing. You
mm,
cannot lose. You already winning.
mm, 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 mm.
Everything belongs to him. It's his. He created it.
You know, Komoka guys, if you just tapping in, let me just go back and tell you who Komoka is. Cause for real, we taking it there tonight. Um, Komoka is a contemporary gospel artist, guys, and she has such a joyful sultry voice, right? And she has this personality and this presence where it just exudes confidence. And guys, I think it's no coincidence that she was born and raised in Flint, Michigan, right?
Yes, shout out
Um,
to Split.
and you know, even though she moved to California later in life, I think that where you got your grounding and
Mm,
where you were rooted, it shows, right?
mm,
And you didn't just stop there. You've done stage plays and things of that nature. And I think that all of these things are important. But I think what I understand about Komoka is that she knew and was given confirmation on when it was her time.
mm. Yeah.
And so, right now, everybody that's listening, I want you to stop and just for a second, think about when you thought it was your time
Mm.
and when you realized it was your time. And you
Yeah.
dropping these comments. Was it one or was it two? Was it your time when you thought it was your time, or was it truly your time when you realized it was your time? Because the difference in those two things is that when you think, you using this.
Mm,
But when you truly realize and know, it
mm.
comes from here.
Yes. Yep.
SWV told you, use your heart and not your mind. Didn't they
That's
tell
right.
you? They done
Mm.
told you, child. For real. Now, Kamoka, how do you balance between your music and all your other obligations? Because what? You're a mom, you're a
Yes.
wife. What
Hmm.
else you got going on?
Oh my God. My son is autistic, so we try to make sure I will have to keep up with his therapy
Yep.
and make sure that I'm ahead of the game with that because I want him to thrive as an adult. He's
Okay.
a kid now, so I have to stay on top of it. So when he gets older, he's able to go out on his own and do whatever God has for
Absolutely.
him. But I love using my gift because I'm trying to set that stage, show my kids you can do anything God placed on your heart.
Yes, yes,
Anything. They're
yes.
watching me. They're
They
watching everything that I do. So I have to make sure I stay on top of it. And that not only doing my music, but I have to be a mother. That's like the number one. I have to make sure that I'm there still supportive to my kids emotionally.
indeed.
Um, I still do the homework with them. I read to my
Oh,
kids, you
yes,
know.
yes,
I,
yes,
I,
mama.
I want them to know that I'm here, but I also want them to see me in operation using my gifts as well. Kids need that. They really do.
Hands down, hands down. Utterly amazing, guys. Oh my goodness. And so I see, we had a viewer that said, I realize it's my time now.
Mm,
And I think that speaks to the fact that you can have all of these things. Listen to what Komoca has going on. She has all of these things going on, but she finds time for the things that's most important to her. And she knows that making sure that her child is taken care of. Autism is something that we have to really follow, right? We have to really follow it and make sure that we are touching every developmental stage and making sure that we are preparing these babies to move forward and be successful. So
mhm.
I'm excited for you. I
Thank you.
know you are doing some amazing things. And so, Kamoka, I really want you to just give us some final words of, encouragement or even your philosophy for how to sustain yourself as a creative.
Um, well, first of all, I do want to encourage anyone that if you're walking in your gifts and you just don't give up, do not give up. Um, I started when I was a teenager and thought it was over, but look at God. I was able to perform on Bobby Jones' show, and I have more shows getting ready to come up. Stuff just is starting to fall in my lap. When I say it's now it's just coming, it's coming at a certain pace where I'm just like, okay, got to keep up with it. But you can do it. Be encouraged through Christ. Whatever He has placed on your heart, keep working. And in those silent moments, do not think that God is not working
That's
because
it.
He is. In fact, in my silent moments are the times where I hear the most, where it's get ready, get ready, get ready, because some stuff is about to come and blow your mind. So
Indeed.
that is what I
Indeed.
want to encourage the person who, whatever you're writing, whatever you're working on, going on auditions, whatever it may be, get ready, get ready, get ready, because God is about to shift and move some things in your life, and
And
He's going to blow your mind. One thing I want to share with you: He will never let you outdo Him. He will never let the world outdo Him. He's bigger than it. So
that's
be
it.
encouraged.
That's it. You know what, guys? That's it. That's it. That's all. You can tell the people where they can find you on all your socials and all of that. But guys, that was it. That was the word. That was the message. That was the benediction. Please let everybody know where they can find you on social media and how they can stream your music.
You can find me on Facebook at Komoca. That is Komoca. You can follow me on Instagram at Komoca Official. And also, you can come to my website. It's komocaofficial.com. And you can see the shows that I'm going to be in this summer, uh, some shows that I've already did. And check out radio stations that my song is playing on. And my new single drops this spring. Check me out.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. This has been an amazing evening. From Brittany Cherelle to Komoca Official. We definitely thank you so much for stopping
Thank
by. We
you.
thank you for your engagement. Komoca, we will definitely be following your journey. We love to see, the fruits of our guest labor, and you are definitely somebody that we will be following. So, Kamoka, thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to having you back again.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Have a great evening.
You too.
So guys, tonight was very, very, very interesting. So we started off with Brittany Cherelle and an amazing actress, writer, producer, director, and then we closed out with Miss Komoca. And Komoca is a contemporary gospel artist, and so both ladies had something to say, right? Both ladies legit had a message for everyone. And so, if I can leave you with anything as we close out, because this is it's consulting time and it's all about leaving you some purpose. Um, take a step back. Take a step back and really, really reevaluate your why. We can tell ourselves what our why is all day, but when we act and when we show up and show out, your true intentions of your why will always come through. So if your purpose is actually popularity, just say it, walk in it, and live in it. But if your purpose is to truly find your way and to truly support other people, then stand on that and don't get swayed. And it looks like we had a little birdie to pop in because this is a conversation that we need to continue. And we're going to continue. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to take a break and we're going to come back with the encore presentation. All right. So some time ago, y'all already know, I always had, a myriad of platforms. And so when we talked about, the different platforms, All Things Authentic is now a nonprofit where we focus on building trust through transparency. And so Dominique is gonna come out. And what's up, Dominique?
What's happening, Lily May? What's happening, Lily May?
Yes. And so, guys,
Oh,
so interesting.
Lord.
We Dominique and I have been working together for a while now, right? And we've cultivated some amazing things. We've done some amazing things. We traveled across the states. We've had some high highs, some low lows. But what is happening is we have embarked upon some amazing individuals who are now truly helping us to formulate our tribe, right? And because of that, we're going to just take a few minutes to kind of talk to you a little bit about purpose and kind of how we were able to find our purpose, accept our purpose, and sit in our purpose. So, Dominique, take a, you know what I'm saying, take a lead and just, tell me a little bit about kind of like when you realize, like, yo, I'm doing this, but I don't know if this is my purpose.
Well, I'll take you all the way back to a praying mother. I can take you back to a scolding mother as well. And when I decided that I was gonna do this, I wouldn't say this just music. When I decided when I was going to take life seriously is when I realized that I was just wasting time. I realized that. And I said, what am I doing? I just took a second, like, have I even read a whole book? I've never even read a whole book. I had came to a section in life where I said, what am I doing? And I said, you know what? I'm going to start focusing in. I'm going to start being intentional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to begin to learn more, read,
Mm-hmm.
gather understanding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. So, Dominique, all right, I'm listening to you, right? I'm listening. And you, I heard you say, I heard you speak on a praying mother and the scolding mother, and I agree. But see, I had a scolding daddy, but my mama, she was putting some fire to my, what, like she won't play in no games. Like, yo, when I tell you, Betty Lou had this dang on cast iron clad fist, and the thing is, she ain't never punch. But it was just like when I say she had a cast iron clad fist, all she had to do was even raise her hand like, I'm about to smack you. And I'm like, oh, you hear
Mhm.
people talk about the fact that, we shouldn't whoop kids because it make them angry and all of this. But you know something? I often disagree with that because if she hadn't disciplined me in that way, I wouldn't understand the respectful authority today. Like now, my
Absolutely.
dad, and we had a balance because my dad would talk, right? He would speak. You know what I'm saying? He would speak, and if he all he had to do was look at me, and I was gonna cry because I ain't want to disappoint him. But I think that I almost feel like when we talk about this thing called purpose, I almost feel like purpose has been replaced with popularity. And if you
Mm.
truly live in purpose, you kind of outcast. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what it seems like.
Well, I feel like when it goes to realizing when you're going to be living in purpose, when it goes to realize, I'm going to go back because now look, you said this one fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
That mama didn't even have to hit you for real,
Mm-mm.
but but you knew in her demeanor that she wasn't playing.
You
You
don't know
knew.
right. I knew.
Amen. And that leads me to going. I'm not ever, even if I do go astray,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
know what I've been raised as to be respectful to women,
Yeah.
as to make sure that you at least see. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Lily Mae. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I feel like, see, my mother was a mother that say, stay in a child's place.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm telling you the truth, Lily Mae. Sometimes I think about that and I'm like, well, now I'm not no child no more. I'm not no
Indeed.
child.
I know that's right. Yep.
And that's comes with evolving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know something? I think that staying in a child's place has its rightful place. I think so. You know, I will say this. My parents said the same thing, but there's a but there. But
Hmm.
they also gave us the ability to ask questions and understand why we needed to stay in a certain place.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then
They
when it's and it,
it won't just now some stuff. Now I'm gonna say some stuff. My mom was like, just do it because I said so. But other times it was kind of like, okay, Lil, you need to do this, and this is why. Because I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Mommy and daddy never made us do anything other than what was right. Because she
Mm,
even used to say, if I tell you to do something and you don't think it's right, question me. She said,
mhm,
because adults are not always right. So we
mm.
had the best of both worlds, like legit the best of both worlds. Yep.
Sure enough, sure
Yep.
enough. And my mother never spoke to me like a child, but she gave me the real, and but she made sure that I was developing how I should have been developing.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So guys, this is just a snippet of what's to come, right? And so we have a couple of things, in the arsenal that we are working on, that we are cultivating. And I want to shout out Miss Chandra Gore. I spoke with her today at length, and I am just so um ignited because sometimes, y'all know, I'll come out the cannon. I'm trying to tell you, I'll come out the cannon. I'm ready. And I'm going to say what I want to say when I want to say it. And most of the time, I really don't care what you think. However, one of the things that I have come to learn and understand is that everything doesn't need to be spoken on. Kudos and shout out to Dominique for reinforcing that. But also, I think it's important that we do speak on the things that are ruining us as a people.
Mm, mm,
So stay tuned.
mm, mm.
We'll be back. This is just a snippet of what's coming out of this arsenal. So, guys, it's been a wonderful night. We started with It's Consulting Time. We ended with this little snippet of all things authentic, back to the basics. And we will be back again next week and we have an amazing surprise guest next week. So I cannot wait. So make sure you go on over to the YouTube, set your reminder so you can tune in. Dominique, thank you for tapping in. We about to give them some fire. We about to come with the real stuff. Miss Jackie, thank you so much for inviting your amazing esteemed clients over. Anytime, we'll bring them back. But guys, it's been real. It's your girl Lily Mae. It's almost 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, we almost gave you a full hour tonight. Thank you so much for tapping in and staying in, and we will see you again soon. Night, everyone.